So that's how you got Zombie Killer, because you played Resident Evil and you had these bad dreams and you just started slaying them in your.
Yep. And you know what I don't
Okay.
have anymore? Zombie dreams.
Bad. Oh, I was gonna say bad dreams, zombie dreams.
Zombie dreams.
You
I don't.
you killed all you killed all of them that were chasing you.
Kinda, yeah. I'll have to tell you some of these dreams. They got pretty bad, but
Okay, we'll save that for another podcast. Like I just took over being the host. I'm telling her what I'm telling her what to do, and it's her podcast.
simmer down, Sims.
Sorry. So you kind of answered this question, I think. Who or what got you into playing video games? Would this be the same thing as the Resident Evil story you just told us? Was that like
No,
okay?
this is gonna sound bad. Well, sure, fuck it, whatever. So I was with my dad throughout the day. Well, both my parents worked. My mom worked in the factory. I didn't have a babysitter. I went to work with dad, which we had our own landscaping business. After we would get done, he would go to the bar. What is there to do for a kid when you're at a bar? So it was like, the Moose Lodge, the Eagles. Even my dad's best friend owned a bar.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't like regular normal bars. They were member only bars, except for my dad's friend's bar. There wasn't really anything going on during the day except my dad drinking. To keep myself occupied, I ate a lot of beef jerky, Snickers candy bars, and I played the hell out of arcade games. That's where my pinball career came into play.
Wait a minute, pinball career. Elaborate on this pinball career.
I've been playing pinball since I was 3. I love that shit. I would love to have one in my house. And it would have to be the Elvira one first. That was my favorite one. I couldn't tell you how many different tables I've got to play on, but I think that's really cool. The different machines.
Yeah.
I don't remember all of them that I have got to play because it's been quite a few.
Actually, where are the pinball machines nowadays? Like, you hardly see pinball machines anymore. I used to love playing those, and similar to you, that's how I got into video games. Like, my dad, he used to play softball during the summer, and then all his softball buddies, they used to bowl in the wintertime. So it was this bowling alley that they played leagues in, and I used to always go with him, and I would do nothing but play all of the arcade games that they had. And they had the dome hockey game also.
Oh, yeah.
And man, he used to hate taking me with him because I used to straight up, he would give me a roll of quarters. He used to give me the $5 roll of quarters, and he'd be like, "Here, go play."
I'd run out.
I used to come back like in a half hour, and they would bowl for a good solid 2 hours, and I would be done with those quarters. And one time he was like, "This is all you getting. Like, you're not coming back," because I'm the only child. So like all his bowling buddies were like, they were like, "Man, no, give the kid $1. Like, he's downstairs having fun." Like, so they started giving me dollars to go down. Man, I used to burn through those things because I was like, "Oh my God, video games." And I used to be there just playing. I was like, "You gotta give me like $50 to go down there. You want me gone for 2 hours? $50.
Are you sure you're not my long lost brother? Because that's like such an identical story.
I might be.
You pretty much paid for college twice with the amount of quarters that you were given. My grandmother, I was probably about 9 or 10 at this time. She owned a laundromat, and there was a couple of arcade games in there. And one of the games that she also had a pinball machine in there.
Mm-hmm.
So Granny would just keep feeding me quarters because I'd be there all day. I learned how to get free games off the machines, which isn't always good. Later on, I took that career to newer heights when I was at the the county fair arcade.
Oh, geez.
The operators were like, "How the fuck did you do that?" And I'm like, it was kind of like the the guys that go into the casino or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
And that was me with the arcade machines. Instead of getting in trouble, they just They're like, well, if you want free games, we'll give it to you. So I didn't have to
Yeah.
pay for any games.
Basically, they did damage control with you. They was like, yeah, she's the one. Just let her play free. They rather take a loss on one person than to take a loss on like hundreds. Your black card might get reinstated. You never know.
At my dad's friend's house, he'd babysit me over there. His neighbors, they had an Atari, so we'd play Atari. Then when I was 5, we got our NES Classic it had Duck Hunt and Mario. It was all in one cartridge by that point. And the Zapper, I still have it. It looks like it's brand new. I have maybe 10, 15 games for it.
Once the Nintendo came out, my father was probably the first one online to go get it. He was like, yeah, I'd rather spend, I think at that time it was $149. And it came with the Zapper, Duck Hunt, and Gyromite, the robot. He was like, it's probably easier for me to pay for this, have him stay home than to come with me. Moving on.
Moving on up.
What is your all-time video game to play?
That's a really good question. I'm going to have to think about that for a second. My all-time. I love Resident Evil.
Mm-hmm.
So there's that. That's always going to be there. Borderlands. I love Borderlands. There's no secret to that. I used to love racing games. I shouldn't say used to. Love racing games. I love racing games and I love shooter games, competitive games. So one of those, right. I would say Call of Duty, but
I enjoy COD, but I enjoy it better when I'm playing with other people because it doesn't feel like I'm playing alone.
I like the older ones just because they just have a special place.
Well, the new one coming out is Modern Warfare, and it's supposed to be cross-platform. Everybody has different systems. Like you got Xbox player, you got your PS4, you got your PC player. Some have all of them. Some have just one. But you don't get to like play with your friends because some friends may like have an Xbox, some may have PS4. So even though we're starting to get in cross-platform play, I think all games should be in cross-platform play. Like everybody want to make money separately, which I can understand, but nobody's gonna take over the industry because you're still gonna have your Xbox play, you're still gonna have your PS4 play, and you're still gonna have your PC play. And now, like, who knows when they start franchising these teams, what platform they're gonna go to next? So who knows? But little rant on that. But sorry, but it was funny that you said COD and you made that face. But that's what I believe why people like yourself love to play COD, but then they're like, oh god, COD, I don't play that.
It's probably all the time I had to dump into it when I was playing it professionally, because that's the only game I could play. So I'm just doing new stuff.
On that, because most people don't know that you actually were considered a pro COD player.
Mm-hmm.